Hello and welcome to the news today on Procyon Radio and Television. I am Evelyn Clifford Harry. First, a look at the headlines. Supreme Court hears FG's application to extend old notes lifespan 30th November. Gunmen attack Adamawa police headquarters. Onome asks fans to back players instead of insulting them. Israel recalls its ambassador from South Africa. Billboard ranks Burna Boy #1 Afrobeats artist ahead of Wizkid and Davido. And now details of the news. The federal government has approached the Supreme Court to review its judgment that the old 200 naira, 500 naira and 1000 naira should be legal tender until December 31st, 2023, according to reports. The government wants the Apex Court to lift its March 3rd order that old naira notes should remain legal tender along with new notes till December 31st. The Apex Court had on March 3rd restrained the Central Bank of Nigeria from giving effect to the deadline on the use of old notes. The 7-member panel of the Apex Court faulted the policy of the CBN, saying the timing and implementation were defective. This is sequel to a suit instituted by the Kaduna State, Kogi and Zamfara state governments challenging the implementation of the. According to the newsmen, in a new suit, the FG is asking the Apex Court to allow the redesigned notes and the old notes to continue to coexist until the required structures are put in place. Gunmen were said to have attacked the Adamawa State Police Headquarters, Jimeta, Yola North local government area of Adamawa State in the early hours of Wednesday, sending residents of Yola into panic. According to newsmen, the State Police Public Relations Officer, SP Suleiman Nguroje, confirmed the attack but said things were under control. Nguroje said the attack was repelled, but the identities of those behind it was unknown. There are reports alleging that the attackers were military personnel on a revenge mission, following the alleged killing of a military officer by the police. Although the newsman said it could not independently verify if military personnel were involved, but the police said investigations were ongoing to ascertain the cause of the attack and those behind it. Nyesom Wike, Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, says he has saved 110 billion naira for the administration in 3 months. He made this announcement during a high-level meeting with an estate developer in Abuja and expressed his dissatisfaction with the rate at which fake certificates of occupancy were being issued. He stated that he would seek the permission of President Bola Tinubu to add a national identification number (NIN) to any C of O that will be issued by his administration. The minister further stated that he has saved 110 billion naira for FCTA since he assumed office 3 months ago. Allocation of one land to 3 or more persons will no longer be allowed. He added that when they make the right decision, some people will be happy and some will not, and they are ready for such a fight. In sports, defender Onome has asked Nigerian fans to back the country's players and refrain from insulting and discouraging them after a bad game. The Super Eagles were the subject of intense criticism following a disappointing start to the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Jose Pizarro's men only managed 2 points in their games against low-ranked Lesotho and Zimbabwe, putting their World Cup hopes on the line. But Onome, who became the oldest African to feature at the World Cup, has come to the defense of players, calling on fans to encourage them after a bad outing. And on the international scene, Israel has recalled its ambassador in South Africa for consultations, Israel's foreign ministry has said. The move on Monday followed the latest South African statement on Israel, Ministry spokesman Leo Hyatt said on X without giving specifics. South Africa has been highly critical of Israel's military operation in Gaza, and its MPs passed a motion recommending the Israeli embassy's closure until there is a ceasefire and a commitment to negotiations. The motion was passed in Parliament by 248 votes to 91. All lawmakers from the governing African National Congress supported it, but it is unclear whether the government will act on the recommendation. The recall of Israeli Ambassador Iliev Belotsakovsky came just before South Africa began hosting a virtual summit of the BRICS group of emerging economies, which includes China and Russia on the Israel-Hamas war. Up next is the entertainment news. Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Damini Ogulu, aka Burna Boy, has been ranked #1 on the Billboard year-end US Afrobeats artist chart. Calm Down crooner Rema took the second spot, while Thames, Cameroonian diva Libyanka, and Wizkid are placed 3rd, 4th, and 5th respectively. Ira Star, CK, Ashake, Davido, and Oxlade complete the top 10 in the list released on Tuesday evening via Billboard website. And with that, we end the